Hello and welcome back to Regiments, and this time we start a new operation called Reaction. And this time we are going to fight on the side of NATO, and we are going to be a unit of the Bundeswehr. It is the 5th of June 1989 and our unit is the 14th Panzer Brigade. And our parent unit is the 5th Panzer Division of the 3rd German Corps. And a small raiding group is assembled to respond to the unfolding catastrophe. It was only a question of time before the chaos beyond the wall would spill here. NBC troops have identified the cloud that passed over the border as mostly chlorine. While it doesn't look like a dedicated chemical attack, the casualties among the Bundesgrenzschützen and civilians leave us very little choice. Heavy jamming from beyond the border still prevents effective communication with the 5th Division HQ. Given the dire situation, the order is as follows. 14th Panzer Brigade will assume a full NBC prepared posture and move directly to the inner German border. Any and all Volksarmee elements are to be engaged on site. Your Kampfgruppe has a special mission, one that will take you beyond the border. There, your main objective will be twofold: secure the source of the chemical spill, locate the jammers, and shut them down with any means necessary. For obvious reasons, reinforcements will be very limited, while an entire East German tank division is slowly pouring into the area. Act swiftly but cautiously, don't let their numbers overwhelm you. And all I can say is that our brigade is looking pretty good. We have some experienced forces, like for example these Lux Scouts. We have 2 units of Leopards 2A4 and 1 unit of Leopards as an HQ unit. We have multiple units of Panzergrenadiere in Mardas, and we also have 2 units of self-propelled artillery, and we have a Gepard Flakpanzer. We also have supplies, and we have 300 points of operational authority. We have 3 task forces to choose from, but it doesn't look like we can upgrade them. And I think for the very first moment it might be best for us to pick Antwort, as it gives us access to more scouts and to a Lars multi-rocket launcher, and to get a Leitung as we get further infantry and pioneer support. Lastly, I'm going to spend our last 50 operational authority on tactical support, so that we can use tactical aids more often. After that, it would be a priority to get further deployment points and maybe a few more supplies, so that we can get more soldiers in. And we also have some further informations about the electrical warfare. From the very outbreak of the war, when the DDR radio jammers shredded a long-range comms in border area, radio waves were a field of fierce battle. Dozens of electric warfare stations interfered and resonated with each other, while sleepless radio operators tried to find a usable frequency. Even the few frequency hopping radios were often affected. At the front line, real-time coordination beyond brigade level was a rare luxury. So our comms are basically down. And before we can now begin the battle, we have to select an event. And I think for the beginning it might be best to use Recon focus, so that we can find out where the enemies actually held up. After that, I'm most likely going to use divisional artillery in the next phase, and in the last phase we would have to use Blitz. This is going to shorten the amount of time we have for this mission, but hopefully all we have to do then is some cleanup. Before we call in our forces, let's have a quick look on the situation ahead. We're going to start over here and we will have to push through Bravo to reach the rail station. This is one of our objectives. The next objective is to destroy the jammers that are presumed to be at Delta, at Rodeberg, and all the way over here at Hotel. The fight can begin and our units are moving out. I want to focus our attack on Bravo, but to also, if possible, scout out what is going on at Charlie and maybe outflank the enemy heavily. Our artillery at the moment is going to stay behind. We're going to send out some Panzergrenadiere to make sure that our flank is protected. And our anti-air defense is also going to stay behind for the moment to figure out what's going on. Let's get our scouts forward. Let's get these tanks over here. I want these infantries and the HQ unit to move up as well. And I want some aerial recon on Bravo. I think that would be the better choice as we try to engage that first. Can we get these leopards over here, maybe in an ambush position? We can see multiple targets. And I think we are going to call in our artillery to get off a couple early hits. Over here, how is the situation looking? We have a relatively good eye on these open fields, but nothing else. I want these lads to move up. Maybe they can get over to hotel. Otherwise, we would have to do some lucky shelling of those positions. These tanks are moving up. Let's get these looks forward. Let's get these tanks over here. These Marders unfortunately also have to approach. I would like to spread out our units, but I think this might not be the best decision. And as soon as these tanks have arrived, I think we can begin our attack. In the meantime, I want these boys to move up. Ideally get over here, but I have to make sure I don't forget about these units. They might get ambushed. Can we get these looks over here? Maybe they can then have a better look on the town. Yes, it looks like we are able to identify targets and to engage. Let's get these boys spread out. We have found in duck in tank emplacements. We are in range. Let's get our boys further to the rear. And enemy artillery is trying to hit our position. So let's get our boys spread out. And we have encountered enemies in the woods. These guys further to the rear, but it looks like we should be able to destroy this emplacement quickly. Enemy is suppressed. Reinforcements are coming in. HQ unit can move up. Come on, you guys, you should be able to annihilate them. Wonderful, first target destroyed. Now, let's get everyone focused on this target over here. Down at this position, we have not encountered any enemy. Let's try to get these infantries around. Maybe we can sneak up on Charlie. Find a good target for our artillery. Scouts, can you move up a little bit? We have apparently lost eyes on every other possible target. These tanks, they can push out. Hopefully they will find us more targets and then we should be able to get Bravo. Yes, enemy positions have been found out. They are suppressed and they are about to be destroyed. These guys move back. Wonderful, we avoided that hit. It appears they have more forces over there. Leopards, carefully move up. HQ unit, open fire. And these guys, I want them to move up over there. Tanks, I also want you to approach. And we have to move up further and stay in movement. We have spotted enemy artillery. And we should be able to reach them. Let's open fire. Over here, our Marders can move up. We do not see anything over there yet. Let's figure out if we can spot the enemy from there. And maybe these guys can figure something out. These boys are under attack. They need to get their soldiers out. We are flanking the enemy. We should therefore have a relatively easy time dealing with them. Yes, we are suppressing them. Wonderful. Over here we are advancing. And now we need to get our boys forward. These leopards need to guard the road forward. Over here we are about to take Bravo. And I wonder if it would be a wise decision to get our aircraft up, our air defense up. But for now we are going to focus mostly on our supplies, that we get them forward. Over here this target has been destroyed, but I doubt that one group of our infantry is able to annihilate the enemy. Let's get them forward over here, so that we can maybe get those jammers at Objective Hotel. Bravo is about to be captured. Over here it appears that we can move forward. Unfortunately we do not see... Well, we see some burning over here. Maybe we have destroyed those artillery pieces. Supplies are coming up. Our
Zone
artillery
capture.
is still looking good. Enemy counterattack of 1, 2, 3 platoons. And we have encountered enemy forces. These soldiers should be able to do something against them. Let's also smoke up our positions. Wonderful. These tanks might soon be destroyed. Yes, they are withdrawing apparently. And now these boys need to get up. We need to get as close as possible to the enemy mortars before they can become a problem. Enemy forces at the rail station have been discovered. We should have them in range from here, but we need to get closer just a little bit. HQ unit, please move up as well to support. Enemy artillery is still in the area. Let's get these leopards to move back. How is the situation over here looking? We have enemy anti-air defenses. We have enemy artillery apparently coming in. Oh, these boys are unfortunately dismounted. That's not what I wanted to see. More fire is coming in from there. Let's get these guys moving. More smoke, please. How's the situation over here looking? Our tanks rushed in. Not what I wanted. Martyrs, move up. HQ, move forward. Scouts, move forward. Supplies, I want you closer to the rail station to hopefully help repair those units and rearm them. Situation over here, not as good as we could hope. These units are almost out. Yeah, these guys need to withdraw. There is nothing that we can do at the moment over there. We can, however, call in some more artillery strikes. Maybe this is going to allow us to destroy our first objectives.
Zone captured.
Infantry can pull up. These tanks can pull up. Let's hope these guys... Yeah, they got out. Wonderful. Enemy artillery is still coming in. Mühlhausen seems to be surprisingly unaffected. Or unprotected, to be honest. These supplies are about to set up. These guys should therefore be repaired. And there is this enemy counterattack coming from. Let's get our soldiers closer. Let's also get some recon out. And we have the option to call in some further artillery. Let's now use our artillery advantage. Shell those people to bits. And let's order these guys, once we have our recon focus again, to annihilate the enemy jammers at hotel. Our HQ unit
Zone
can
captured.
rotate and hopefully flank these forces. These soldiers need to move in. We have enemy anti-air and scouts, so this should be not the hardest fight. And with some luck, these leopards can be more or less repaired later, but they need to rotate. Oh yeah, we are losing some of them. I want our scouts to move up. Maybe we can get Mühlhausen itself. It looks like enemy artillery is focusing on these positions. Come on. Wonderful. This unit should be about defeated. Let's unsuppress our units. These boys need to move forward. And I want our HQ unit to move forward as well. Wonderful. We hit those scouts. They are about to retreat. These anti-air emplacements should also retreat soon. We have apparently ambushed some infantry. Let's get our leopard back. They need to get in reverse so that we can get repaired. More artillery, please. And within 2 minutes we are going to have... No, within 30 seconds to be correct.
Zone captured.
We are going to have the option to call our support back in. And once we know where the enemy actually is, we can hopefully annihilate them. Let's call in some artillery over there. If I remember correctly, it was somewhere over there. We know that an enemy counterattack is coming. And we have a problem. I have not brought up my air defenses. But it appears that we have been lucky. These looks, can they move forward and figure out what is at Charlie? We have aerial recall for hotel. And enemy contact is over there. Let's get these boys rotated. We have found enemy units. Now let's fill this entire area with artillery. And hopefully this is going to fulfill one of our objectives. These guys are moving up. And I want our tanks to move forward. Yeah, we have been hit, but luckily it was not that heavy. And it appears that our Marders are able to do some suppressive fire on those helicopters. Air Force, air defenses are coming up.
5 minutes remaining.
We only have 5 minutes left. This is a problem. We are a bit at a standstill. We have so far not destroyed any of our objectives, with the exception of the rail station. Can we get those leopards forward and maybe help to get Mühlhausen? These guys need to fall back. I should have expected enemy forces over there, but well, what can we do? And once more, we are going to send in forces to hit hotel. These helicopters are a massive problem. They are still in the area. Luckily now they're getting some hits. It appears they have lost a unit. Our GIP parts are coming up. HQ push forward, Martyrs dismount and push in. Maybe we can at least get Mühlhausen. And I want these Leopards to move forward just a bit. Maybe we can get an eye on the enemy that we can then shell. Because over here, even though we have shelled the enemy multiple times, it doesn't look like we are able to destroy anything. These Martyrs have been hit. There seems to be enemies over there. There are multiple enemies over there. Let's get these boys out. And so far we cannot call anything back in. Let's hope we do not have total casualties over here, because I see a lot of red in our units. And we can see that the enemy is pushing up. We have hit them. These appear to be either infantry or scouts, nothing heavy. Enemy artillery is shelling us again. Let's get our own artillery on target. And I also want our other artillery to fire over there. These tanks, reverse mode, get out of there. We have hit some pioneers. Our rocket launchers are coming in. Smoke. Wonderful. These guys are withdrawing. And with that we should be more or less in the clear. I'm going to call up some infanterists. We only have 1 minute remaining. I don't think we can really do much. Let's get these tanks back to our main line. Let's once more call aerial surveillance over here. Because I'm going to be really surprised if much of those jammers are still alive. I think these might be targets. I don't really know. Let's simply order everything to shell something and hope for the best. Let's get these boys move up. And over here I want these gentlemen to outflank the enemy.
1 minute.
Infantry has been annihilated.
Objective completed.
And we have destroyed the enemy at hotel. Wonderful. Can we also get shots off at Delta? This is going to be quite costly for our supplies, but at least we can do some damage. Down here we cannot really engage the enemy. We only have 20 seconds left. This is not going to be enough, but at least we're going to have some forces more or less ready to do something. Enemy aircraft are coming in. And I have a feeling that they are not going to deliver their payload this time. And with that ends this phase of the battle. We have in total 22 men killed, we have 75 men wounded and 4 men missing, meaning that we have suffered in total 101 casualties. And we have lost 12 vehicles. On the enemy side, they have over 115 men killed, 370 men are wounded and 18 men are missing, meaning that they have lost in total 450 soldiers. They have also reported 57 vehicles as destroyed. The same goes with 2 helicopters and 1 aircraft. And if we take a look down here, we can see that we have engaged a lot of enemy forces. And from all I can see, we have annihilated a couple of them. And have only lost one of our recon units. So I would say that this was a pretty good engagement. And from all I can say, our units are in relatively good shape. We have some units that need to be reinforced, and we definitely need to buy more supplies. We only have 79 left. But we should be able to accomplish that with our operational authority. And I think we have also set some good foundations for the next phase. And I think this is also a good point to end this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I thank you all for watching. And until we meet again, I wish you all a great time.